Hey. What is going on? I can't hear my headphones looking at us. What is going on? You already know what it is. It's hot to the motherfucker outside. It's so fucking hot. God damn, I'm sorry. Every week, that's all I'm gonna say. Man, I just think I'm gonna do a podcast on just how hot it is out here. It's hot as fuck. Literally, niggas outside swimming and cooking and barbecuing. I don't know what the fuck these niggas on. It's hot as fuck outside. Straight up. I don't know what these niggas on. Cause it's hot as motherfucker. Man, it's your boy Warren G. You already know what the fucking time it is. Don't trip. Hey, what's going on, Wendy? I see you. Hey, bro, Warren, we are tuned in the studio. Took a day off from the corporate plantation working on Eddie the Mag. Let's get into some topics that's good. Hey, what's going on? Hey, man, where can I get your magazine? If it's digital, let me know, man. I got you. Don't even trip. I need that. I know y'all be having, I can talk about some shit that you got going on in the magazine. So hit me up. Nowayout at gmail.com. nowayoutlv@gmail.com. Or just get my information from my sister. You already know what the fuck it is. But anyway, shout out to Wendy, man. Hey, shout out to everybody that's out there, man. It's out to the motherfucker. I'm going to tell you that right now. Shout out to all my finessers. All my motherfuckers that's sitting around the house and doing what the fuck they think they need to do. And shout out to all the motherfucking bitches out there that's running game and niggas. Because niggas act like bitches don't lie and women be acting like niggas don't lie. Everybody lie. So it's equal size. So stop with the bullshit. You got so many motherfuckers out here acting like they got it like that. And they got a quarter in their pocket. That's not me. I'm going to be like this all day. I want a motherfucker to know I ain't got no money. Because I don't have any. Because if I had some money, trust and believe you me, it'd be a whole nother situation going on. But anyway, shout out to all your motherfuckers that's working out there in the hot ass sun. Shout out to the people that's at the corporate plantation while we speak. Shit is not fun, man. So shout out to them. I want to send a special shout out to the people that's trying to navigate day to day and dealing with anti-black racism, because the shit is not fun, man. It's just not fun. So shout out to you motherfuckers that's out there that's grinding hard every day and doing what the fuck you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's not easy. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to all my motherfuckers that's trying to sell and slang dick and pussy on OfferUp.com or Amazon or eBay or Wayfair. We ain't even gonna get on Wayfair. Wayfair got some bullshit going on right now. I'm gonna get on their asses right now. For real. Yeah, Wayfair got some bullshit going on right now. So yeah. We definitely gonna get on their ass. But shout out to everybody that's out there handling business. I already know what it is. I got a lot of interesting things to talk about today. I got one subject in particular. That's why you can see the thumbnail on my podcast, man. Because I just hate to see another young black brother get slain, and they gonna talk about this black on black violence. But I don't call it black on black. I just call it the energy of self-hate a lot of the times, which is a product of anti-black racism or racism white supremacy. Either or. You know what I mean? So I'm going to get into that. Get into a lot of things, man. We're going to talk about, but I definitely got to send a shout out to all my niggas that's on the corporate plantation. Like I said, I'm not for the front like I'm not there. I'm there every fucking day. Trust and believe you me. Don't just think a nigga sitting around the house all day with his thumb up his ass thinking of some bullshit to talk about. Trust and believe you me. If that was the case, nigga, I'd be on here all day. So shout out to everybody that's handling business. I would suggest everybody go check out, if you can, go check out some of Dr. Boyce Watkins' podcasts. He's basically talking about the stock market getting ready to crash. So just go check that out. Give you a little bit of game. So shout out to everybody that's out there that's handling business. I'm going to keep saying that because it's not easy. A lot of us, we're not born with generational wealth. So we got to get up, get out, and go do something. We don't have that luxury to sit around and pretend like we doing something and not. Niggas got to get up and go to work. Because if you don't get up and go to work on payday, that shit gon' hurt. So don't get it twisted. And like I said, man, shout out to all you conniving ass bullshit motherfuckers, finessing ass niggas that pretend and try to act like you're not doing that shit, running game the whole goddamn time. So shout out to y'all. Hey, man. Man, there's a lot of shit to talk about, so I'm gonna just get into it, man. Hey, my day was like any other day. You know how it go, man. You working, you doing things. I was just thinking about a lot of shit. I was having this conversation with one of these people on Twitter, and they was like trying to defend that they only voted for Hillary, and I'm like, look, man, I'm only voting for someone who has a black agenda. And speaking of a black agenda and all that, it's so funny. R.I.P. to the brother FBG Duck, the rapper from Chicago. I hate to see that happen, man. And what trips me out about it is he's gone, but Tekashi Snitch 9 is still walking around here, laughing, playing games, thinking the shit is funny. And it's like, so why do we get the balls and get the courage to do that to each other? But then that's what I always say on Twitter. Keep that same energy when it comes to every other race. When it comes to other racial groups, keep that same energy. Because niggas always want to come up like Roland Martin. You talking all that shit about, I forgot who he was talking about. He was talking about, I think, the NOI and Khalid Muhammad. I didn't like that shit either. And I'm like, I'm looking at Roland Martin, rock brother head ass nigga. And it's like, god damn, head big than a motherfucker. It's like, with that big ass head, what the motherfucker got a pea brain on the inside of that big ass head he is? It's like, niggas will do anything to cool and get inside the good graces of the dominant society at the expense of killing off each other. Now, when a motherfucker get to talking to me about what about the black on black crime? Nah, man, black on black crime is a product of racism and white supremacy. So I don't want to hear that shit. And the energy of self-hate is helping anti-black racism, because I think we get a kick out of going at each other instead of getting away from each other, instead of being like, you know what, I just don't fuck with that motherfucker, but I'm not finna go at him. Like Floyd Mayweather said when he was talking about our brother T.I., you know, he didn't say nothing bad, but he just said, you know, I got resources, but I'll never do that to a black man. You know what I'm saying? And that's look, even if you don't fuck with a motherfucker, you don't need to do all that, man. Because what happens is the dominant society, they sit back and they take pleasure in this shit. They are watching this. Just like I was having a conversation today, and I'm like, about our brother Nick Cannon, I'm like, I think everybody's just disappointed because they want any black person or any person that speaks up on our behalf, we just, yeah. Instead of being like, yeah, that's cool, he's speaking, but we still need to take up our responsibilities and hold ourselves accountable. And what are we doing to try to replace the system of racism, white supremacy? What are we doing to educate the people around us instead of just hoping and praying that Jay-Z or Beyonce, we just want them to be in the limelight and speak for us so bad. How many times have y'all heard me say this? Wealthy people are not activists, and activists are not wealthy people, period. I don't care what color they are. That's just not how it works. So stop thinking that that's the way it's gonna go. We put too much trust and faith in people like Jay-Z and Beyonce. These people are just making moves to benefit their family. Yeah, they'll help and give out crumbs when they can and do things for people, and I get that. But they're not gonna lose what they have at the stake of their people. That's just not how it works. I just think we get upset because we feel like they're supposed to be doing it, but I'll look at it like this. You're not gonna knock no food off your plate hoping that it stumbles onto another nigga's plate because you worried about your plate. That's why in the system of racism and white supremacy, we are all prisoners of war, as Neely Fuller Jr. says. So I feel like we need to read Black Labor, White Wealth. We need to read Black History Reader, Powernomics, ISIS Papers by Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, The Fall of America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You need to read those books to give you a better perspective on what's going on. So then all that hate that you have for each other, you can take that hate, flip mode as a squad, and put the energy to turn it positive into fighting for your people. Not turn the hate on another racial group. And no, just, man, make it where you love in your group, where you like, man, I ain't even tripping off that nigga. Trust and believe you me. I don't like how a lot of niggas get down or handle business or whatever, but I'm not gonna take my resources and put it into hate and that energy. That's just toxic energy that you're wasting. You can take that energy and look at it. That's why when you look at this brother, FBG? When you look at this brother and you see young, talented brother from Chicago, and what I don't like about, they can't love they can't love it when a rapper makes it from Chicago and does well. You never really hear about that. But when a rapper gets shot or killed, they plaster that shit all over the news. Now follow me. Now, all they're gonna do is be talking about how he got shot. He got shot this time in 2017. His friend got shot. That's all. They that you don't know the character of that person that got shot. You don't know what's going on. We don't know if the police did it. We don't know if it was set up by the police. Let me tell you something. These police, look, the police department along with J. Edgar Hoover orchestrated the assassination of Fred Hampton. So why would y'all trust anybody else? Y'all don't know if the police was funding a beef between that young brother and another set. You don't know. Because the police are not going to bring y'all together. They're going to keep y'all separated. Because guess what? The crime goes down. Guess what happens? They don't have jobs. That's how it works. I'm talking about on a plain grassroots level. You know what I'm saying? And everybody taking pictures, the brother laying on the floor, and it's like, man, come on. We don't even know the character of this young brother. This brother probably could have been a good brother. Maybe he was dissing people. Maybe he wasn't. Oh, well. But still, if he was dissing people, somebody has to be the voice of reason to be like, look, man, right now they killing niggas. We got to put that shit on pause, homie, because we got to fight these people. But we don't do that because we have been socialized to hate each other. We have been socialized to, what are those? And then with the exception of Michael Jordan and Nike, which is owned by a white person, everything else we praise is European. Gucci, Louis, Fendi, Balenciaga. Look, let me tell you something. I am reading a book right now about Alessandro de Medici, and they couldn't stand his black ass. They hated the fact that his daddy fucked a Moorish slave. His own cousin didn't like him because he was a nigga. But here we go, still sporting these goddamn European clothing lines after they already showed you through Kanye that they don't fuck with niggas. But we still sport it. That's why I'm like, man, we're so busy captivated by what a motherfucker got on, what kind of car he's driving, but we don't know the bills. We don't know the upkeep of that car he's driving. We don't know what the fuck he got going on. I tell this story often when I went to Cheyenne Community College a long time ago, years ago, and I'm not talking about no 5, 10 years ago. And I remember I used to just, I dressed bummy because when I went to Citrus Community College in Cali, I was around a whole bunch of white wealthy people and they wore sweats and t-shirts. They never dressed nice. They didn't care. When I got here, I kind of stopped dressing like that a little bit. I would dress nice a little bit, and then I kind of got tired of that shit because I was like, well, what the fuck am I doing? I'm gonna wear sweats. And niggas would lie like, man, why you wearing that to school? And I'm like, well, nigga, this ain't high school. This is college. Now, this nigga got Gucci shirt on and got his little Gucci slippers and all that. But guess what he was doing? He was waiting at the fucking bus. And then I got in my car and drove off. And then after that, he wasn't laughing no more. Because it was 110 goddamn degrees outside. And that nigga was sitting at the bus stop and I drove right past him. On some the wash shit like Snoop did to Dre. Motherfucker, that type shit. That's what I'm like, looking like. Because we be concentrated on the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? I see all the high expectations that we have for ourselves. I think that's a lot of it is self-hate. And I'm not talking about wanting us to be successful. I'm talking about wanting us to capitulate and be successful according to the standards of the dominant society. That's self-hate, man. Being successful means if you start a little mom and pop business and you're able to take care of your own, that's successful, where you don't adhere to the rules and regulations of the dominant society. That's successful. Not, oh, well, you got to have 10 TV shows and you got to have contract deals with all these different networks. Yeah, why? So you can say one thing like our brother did and then they slap you down? No, what we need to do is learn from our brother Nick Cannon and say, okay, I see how he did it. So when you get your opportunity in Hollywood or Black Hollywood, you better ask for writer's credit. You better ask for ownership. And if they don't do it, you take your shit somewhere else and going about your way. Because the majority of the shit that I watch on TV now, they're just replacing foundational Black Americans with European Black motherfuckers to come over here and act. That's why these motherfuckers from Britain and everywhere else, they coming over here and acting and taking the roles because they just happy to be here. And it's like, that's why we gotta be on code, man. See, that's not a code. Because a lot of times these young brothers that get the success so fast, they don't know about a code. They don't know about orders of operation. But what the dominant society will do and these researchers will do, they will order out of chaos. So they'll just kind of, fuel it. And it's like, damn, man, when are we, like, it's up to the older generation to start teaching these young motherfuckers. Stop hating on them and teach them. And then young people, you got to be willing to listen and not just sit there and act like you know every goddamn thing. Because I was the same thing. Wait, I thought I knew every goddamn thing until I got slapped down, till reality slapped me down. So I didn't get the corporate plantation job that I thought I was destined to get. And then when I didn't get that job and I had to make the little bit of money that I was able to make, I had to make it do what it do. While I watched everybody else make the dope money. That's life. That's how it works. You just gotta know how to fucking put that ego to the side and handle business. And hey, when you around somebody that got more than you, congratulate him and move the fuck on. I'm not saying you gotta be up under him and hang up under him and be on his nutsack or be on her titty. No, you just, hey man, congratulations, go do your own thing. Because a lot of times when you start hanging around people that got way more than you, you start to become resentful and envious. And sometimes that envy doesn't drive you the right way. It drives you the wrong way. Now you coming around and just to watch how they act so you can talk shit about them. See, a lot of people are like that. I mean, I don't go around people like that. Not that I want to be around people. I've been around a million people that got more than me. But I'm not going to keep going around them to drive me mentally insane. No. If you know you can't handle it, get away from them. But don't start in my personal opinion, the public beefs and all, we got to get off of that, man. We got to move on from that. Because let me tell you something, while you doing that, the white Jewish community, in my personal opinion, they laughing at the shit. Laughing. They laughing that Nick got slapped down and had to apologize. They think it's funny. They take pride and pleasure in it. While all this shit is going on, look at Ellen DeGeneres. Ain't nobody, it's motherfuckers caping for it, but clearly, Brad Garrett let it be known that your staff is treating people fucked up and you're fucked up. And what I don't like about Ellen DeGeneres is she tried to liken the LGBTQ, LMNOP, XYZ shit to anti-black racism. And I don't agree with that. And I think a lot of black people that are around her, they think, oh, well, she cool. Well, she cool because you black and she can parade you around and have you co-sign her shit because she knows she's white and she's on primetime television. That shit. But people, we don't see that because I get it. We trying to promote our brand. But let me guess. And not let me guess. Let me just say this. Nobody. Jane Elliott already told you how they feel. They talk all this black empowerment shit until you talk about reparations. Then that's when they check out. We always say that if you are successful, I am successful. We have to codify by networking, supporting each other who has the same mindset. That's a fact. Like I always say, if you can't change the people around you, change the people around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I had to learn. I had to learn that myself. I was always a big person of old friends and kick it and all that. Man, as I got older, I'm like, man, fuck all this. These niggas is not going. These people ain't going to work for me, and I'm not going to work for them. So it's nothing personal. It's just business. And people that have been around me this whole time, they know how Warren get down. Warren is focused on what the fuck he need to do. I can't be focused on everybody else. And I can't go get everybody else. I can only go get me and build up in me what is best for me. And I think a lot of times black folk, we don't want to do it unless everybody co-signs it. See, that's one thing that I learned. You're not going to ever get co-signing from your people until after it's successful for the most part. You're never going to get the co-signing from people when you want to start a business or do something. All motherfuckers going to do is slap you down and talk shit. And these be the main motherfuckers that ain't doing nothing. So a lot of the times you gotta surround yourself with people. I learned this when it's time to go buy a property. Surround yourself with people that got property so they can put you on the game. You want a car? Surround yourself with people that got cars and then paying car payments so they can teach you what to do and what not to do. You trying to build up your credit? Surround yourself with people that have had bad credit and rebuilt their credit and done things the right way. That's life. That's life. But you definitely can't be around motherfuckers, in my personal opinion, that are not on the same, I would say, energy status as you and vibration as you. You know what I'm saying? Once I started reading, I started to notice different things. It fucked me up. Just people's conversation and shit. And I'd be like, nigga, there's more going on in the world than what the fuck they talking about on CNN. Unless you're dissecting what they're saying. But most of us, we just, you know what I'm saying? We like a drone, especially when Obama come on TV. But, you know, it took for me to read the new Jim Crow to really look at Obama like, oh, well, nigga, you was doing the same thing Bill Clinton was doing. I used to always have these conversations. When I used to be at my mom's house years ago. All the family would be over there, and my mom would be like, yeah, I'm voting for Hillary. I'm like, and at the time, I didn't know nothing. So I was like, Mama, they not finna elect no woman. It's too many male chauvinist people in position of power. It ain't finna be her. But that was when I was lacking of knowledge. No, It doesn't matter who they elect. They are a puppet, and they've been selected to do a job. And Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton or the rest of them pedophile motherfuckers that was on Pedophile Island don't give a fuck about no niggas, period. And that needs to be your mindset. And when people don't have that mindset, the first thing you need to think of is this and say, yeah, they definitely ain't red, black, labor, white, wealth. I know they haven't. You like, why would you say that, Warren? Because if they had a red, black, labor, white, wealth, they'd be like, why would you vote for somebody? Vote. What is vote gonna get you? If, like Neely Fuller Jr. says, when two white people are having a disagreement, don't choose sides and get involved. Those are just two slave masters having a disagreement about who's got the most slaves, basically. They're not disagreeing about replacing the system of racism, white supremacy, and establishing a system of justice. So when you see two white people, you just stay the fuck out of it. Don't get all hyped up and be on one person's side. See, that's all theater, man. And while this shit is going on, see, they want to make Chicago the mecca of violence. But I'll tell you this, and I've never been to Chicago, but I'll tell you this. If it's the mecca of violence, it's because of fucking Rahm Emanuel and Barack Obama and all the rest of them motherfucking crooked-ass politicians that has never allocated those resources the right way in Chicago to do the right things for native black people that are from Chicago. No, y'all want to get money to every other racial group. I know what you're doing in Chicago because you did it in L.A. You're doing it in Vegas. And like I said, there ain't no diss to my Latino brothers and sisters. I'm not mad at them because they know what group economics is. But I am never going to forget how they got to that. They're able to practice group economics by design. Black folks are not. The Latino community has not been raped, robbed, pillaged, Jim Crowed, segregated, gentrification, motherfucking redline, lynched. Stop. That has not happened to any other racial group in the United States of America Incorporated but foundational black Americans. So I don't want to hear this shit about, oh, well, we went through some shit too, because I had some Latinos do it. That's why I got to give props to my Latino brother that I know I work at the Court Plantation with. When I said, well, we built the country, he said, you right. I can't say shit about that. He's like, because Latinos definitely didn't go through no slavery. He was like, and I know you done probably read plenty of books that you could probably slap me upside the head with. I said, man, I wouldn't do that to you because you ain't that way. He's like, yeah, but I know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to hold him under the gun every chance I get. Well, because you know you built the country. Nah, man, you don't browbeat nobody. But you got to correct a person. And there's a way to correct the person and still be respectful. And what I don't like about this violence is they're just trying to, I know that, see, they're trying to make this young rapper brother, they're trying to make him the mecca of violence. Any black rapper that comes out of Chicago, I've always noticed that the news, they always post him up. If he got shot, oh, he got shot. He got shot 3 times. And, oh, it's violent. But if you notice, they're not talking about Ghislaine Maxwell, the pedophile bitch. They're not talking about Bill Clinton, who was at the island. They're not talking about the prince from the royal family that was at the island also. They're not talking about the Wayfair shit that's going on. They're not talking about Tom Hanks. Why the fuck would he get citizenship in Greece? So you gotta look at all this shit. See all this Hollywood and all this pedophile shit. This shit is all connected. But they'll can't wait to show you R. Kelly every chance you get. Every chance the fucking media get, they're telling you about R. Kelly or some negative Nancy shit about black folk. That's why I said we need to use this as a lesson and let that brother rest in peace. Don't put no dirt on that young brother's name, and let's move on and be on code, man. And stop all the bullshit. Y'all got all this energy when it comes to us. But it was a young brother in Atlanta that was found rolled up in a fucking wrestling mat with no organs when he had no organs when his mom went to the corner to identify his body. But the 2 white people, whose dad was a federal judge or some shit, so he had juice. So they was both found not guilty. Talking about we don't know what happened. Now why the fuck is motherfucking Philando Castile's murderer still walking around here shopping? Why the fuck is George Zimmerman walking the fuck around here laughing and auctioning off Skittles? They basically daring you to do something. And all these niggas, hey, let's do something constructive. Let's do something so we could be better. Like, you know what? We're not finna take that approach, but this is what we're about to do now. Now, we about to protect our own. So we about to make an example out of people financially. You know what I'm saying? Stop praising these, in my personal opinion. Look, man, these European motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you. I'm talking about the clothesline. They don't give a fuck about y'all. And I think we price value on people by, I would say, the toys that they have, the car, the clothes, the shoes. Like, man, they balling. We just think they so smart. You know what I mean? When really, if you look at it, if they working hard, then they just a slave to the accoutrements that they got. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're well-rounded. You know what I'm saying? I've been around a lot of people that got a whole bunch of shit, but then you talk to them about Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, they like, who the fuck is that? You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, man, you got to surround yourself with people that's trying to move forward and be on the same page. I tell people, if you're around a whole bunch of people and they don't read no books, get away from them. Unless they kind of want to go pick up books and do it themselves, get the fuck away from them. Why, Warren? The reason why I say get the fuck away from them, because your conversations a lot of times are going to be limited, especially if you kind of see things differently. I would say once you done read over 20 books. Once you done read over 10 or 20 books, your perspective changes a lot rapidly. What you do changes. How you view things change. The type of motherfuckers you have around you, it will change everything. And a lot of people will think you fronting or think you all that. It's not about being all that. It's about coming into your own state of consciousness of what you feel you should be doing. That's why it's like we shouldn't allow them to throw dirt on this young rapper's name and use Chicago as the mecca of violence when the white supremacists have been violent in this country for the last 450 years. Stop. Stop it with the bullshit, man. Stop. And that's what they'll do. And they'll have you thinking, like, oh, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, man, it's violent out there in Chicago. I'm telling you. Let's see. I'm gonna play this and let's see what they say. If it plays or not.
Approximately 16:37 hours today, right here.
Yeah, let me cut this off. Let's see what they say about our young brother, man. Man, RIP again to his family. God damn.
The 100 block of East Oak Street, we had 3 individuals shopping. 2 vehicles pulled up. 4 individuals exited those vehicles, 2 from each vehicle, and began firing at the individuals that were on the sidewalk outside of one of the stores here. They also struck a female that was in one of the vehicles, which was also parked outside one of the stores here. Right now we have 1 male black, 26 years old, transported to Northwestern Hospital where he was deceased, pronounced deceased. We have 1 female black, 26 years old, who was also transported to a hospital. She's currently in at approximately 16:37 hours.
Let me see.
Individuals exited those vehicles, 2 from each vehicle, and began firing at the individuals that were on the sidewalk outside of one of the stores here. They also struck a female that was in one of the vehicles, which was also parked outside one of the stores here. Right now we have 1 male black, 26 years old, transported to Northwestern Hospital where he was deceased, pronounced deceased. We have 1 female black, 26 years old, who was also transported to a hospital. She's currently in.
Man, that's crazy, man. That nigga was only 26 years old. What kind of shit is that? Sound like the police did it, though. What niggas get? Niggas don't even do shit like that. That sound like some police shit. I'm sorry, man. I'm just saying, that sound like some police shit. Niggas don't roll up in no SUVs on some training day type shit and then start dumping in the middle of broad daylight in some store. No, that's some police, man. These are the same niggas that killed Fred Hampton and try to act like they didn't kill him. So that means that somebody, in my personal opinion, was working with law enforcement, knew where these niggas were, knew where the young brother was at, and was like, let's kill this nigga. And I'm pretty sure that somebody funded the whole shit. And whoever funded it had to be some dominant society, anti-black, racist motherfucker. It ain't nobody else but that. And I don't care if you do bring me some niggas. I'ma still be like, nah, they did it, but they basically had help. Cause niggas don't do shit like that, man. Niggas don't just roll up on niggas in broad daylight. First of all, how did nigga even know he was there shopping? So that means somebody must have been corresponding with whoever rolled up on him. Man, come on, bro. That don't sound like no white people shit. Check his organs. That young brother, FBG, check his organs. Make sure his organs is there, because you know they kill niggas and then fucking take their organs and sell them to motherfuckers like David Rockefeller. So check that shit too. If I was out there, if I was his family, I hope he ain't no organ donor, because if he is, his shit is gone. I'm telling you right now. Niggas don't do shit like that, man. Niggas don't roll up on niggas and do that shit. I was like, man, that don't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. 2 SUVs pulled up. Right. So 2 SUVs just pulled up on some Training Day shit. That's how they ended up killing Denzel Washington in Training Day. Niggas don't do shit like that, man. Niggas do not do shit like that. That's what white people do. But watch what's gonna happen. Now you finna hear this shit. Man, Chicago, man, it's dangerous and all this other shit. No, it's the white people that's in Chicago that's dangerous. It's the white people that's dangerous. It ain't the niggas. I'll just ask this one question. Hey, Wendy, answer me this. Where the fuck is niggas getting the guns from? We don't own no ships, no planes, no cakes, no pies, no nothing. So how the fuck is niggas getting the weapons? Like crystal meth and all this shit. How the fuck is this shit coming over here in heroin? So if heroin is getting over here, how the fuck is it getting over here then? Who's doing it? Because I know niggas don't know nigga own no plane that they can transport like that unless they linked in with the government. So how the fuck is it getting here then? But then when you try to ask a nigga, I remember when I worked at Veterans, it was this FBI nigga that worked there. And I started asking him all kinds of questions and shit. The nigga didn't want to answer the questions though. I was like, well, how the fuck was they transporting this shit over here? How come we don't know what's going on with the FBI? How come they put out their little statement, we just gotta believe it? But then when they come in, they can just take your computers and take everything and do everything, and then they keep you tied up in the government, tied up in legal shit, legal battles for so long where you bankrupt, you can't afford to pay your lawyers no more, and then you just found guilty by default. That motherfucker's like, oh, I don't know about that side of the legal ramifications. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, nigga. You know what the fuck these niggas is doing. And then I was like, well, how the fuck you get a job working for the FBI? I remember I asked a nigga that. And he was just like, oh man, you gotta go on. I was like, nigga, there is no website to go online and look and get a job for the FBI. Stop lying. Then he started laughing, and then I was like, bro, I'll tell you. I was like, not that I want to work for the motherfucking FBI, but I'm just saying, why is it this shit's not known? How you get a job working for the NSA, the CIA? Oh no, because you handpicked. See, that's what they did. They handpicked Eric Snowden, and that nigga started whistleblowing on their ass, and then these niggas was like, oh shit, we can't do this shit no more. This nigga's whistleblowing. Thing is called calculated. It's all calculated. That's right. Hey, let me tell you something right now, Wendy, man. I'm gonna tell you. I'm just being straight up. I feel like the police was involved in that. I just, whatever beefs he had, I feel like they fueled that. Because remember, they killed Fred Hampton. They used somebody inside the Black Panther Party to kill him. He gave them a drawing of where everybody slept and everything. And they kicked in the door and shot everybody, and then they shot and killed him while he was asleep. Matter of fact, I forgot the dude, but the dude drugged him. Fred Hampton was so fucked up he couldn't get up because he put something in his shit. And J. Edgar Hoover was working with the Chicago Police Department to assassinate Fred Hampton. Stop it. Stop. I'm telling you, this is what the fuck these motherfuckers do, man. I niggas better wake up. That's I'm like, man, how the fuck? Like, that doesn't even sound right to me. Just in my personal opinion. I ain't never heard of no execution style shit like that. Not like that, where a nigga just pull up in 2 SUVs and hop out the shit and start dumping? No. The police definitely had something to do with that. And I'm sorry. It's anti-black racism all over that. And it ain't just brothers. See, because what they do is they'll fuel a beef between two people. That's why J. Edgar Hoover, his whole plot and planning was, I'm going to separate the Honorable Minister Louis, not the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, but the Honorable Elijah Muhammad from Malcolm X. I'm going to separate those two. And then when I separate them, then that shit is going to fall. Then when he saw the nation and was still going without Malcolm in it, that made him even more mad. Then they kept questioning Malcolm. But my thing from the whole perspective is like, they don't never put out that Malcolm X was trying to get back into the Nation of Islam. They never talk about that. They just talk about all the shit he was saying about them, which I thought he was wrong for because he was emotional. And I thought he was emotional, and you don't never go against your teacher. Even if you don't like your teacher, I kind of look at it how it is with I was watching this Drink Champs with Stevie J and Nori, and he was talking about how Jodeci used to do Timberland and Missy and them, Devontae. And he said he got into it with them. And he was like, man, that motherfucker was doing some crazy shit. And then you can kind of see why Timberland, Missy, they don't really fuck with them like that. Not on no music type shit. And I was just like, damn, that makes sense. But you never really heard Timberland, Missy, they don't never say nothing bad about Devontae, but they don't really probably low-key, they lightweight don't fuck with him like that. And that's how you gotta do when you split amicably and going about your way. You don't, I think that was the only thing that I think Malcolm X messed up on. He started talking all this shit about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and these are niggas that had your back. And then when you was out there, you was exposed because you thought going to these white people and telling them on that nigga that they was gonna embrace you. Yeah, some of them did, but a lot of them was like, okay, good, now we can threaten them and kill them. And that's exactly what they was doing. Throwing firebombs, Molotov cocktails in this house, doing all kinds of fucked up shit, man. That's what they'd do. They'd separate you from the people that care about you, and then now they got you on the island all isolated. Infatuation has always been an inside implosion that occurs in our community that play off that shit. Exactly. Look, man, let me tell you something. I don't work down corporate plantations where it's been full of niggas and niggas all get along, and maybe one or two niggas may have a problem, but they just kind of stay out of each other's way. But for the most part, I've worked around niggas where it's been cool, and then I worked around niggas where we arguing about dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And I learned as I got older, like, stay away from that shit, man. Because everybody need their bread, and what happens is in the dominant society, hey, what's going on, Shawnee? I see you. I'm about to click that thing right now. But what happens is in the dominant society, they play on that because they watching. They get a kick out of dangling one fucking piece of carrot in front of a bunch of wolves, and they know these wolves gonna kill each other to get to it. Instead of working together, they're gonna kill each other for it. They know that. All right, I'm about to watch this shit right here. Let's see what they talk about.
Billionaires like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates are known for their charitable contributions, but not all great givers crave.
Now, this is something that Shawnee in the chat sent me. Shout out to Shawnee. Hey, what's happening with you? Good looking. You know, if you send it, I'm going to play it. I'm about to play this. She just sent it to me right now.
Spotlight. A hospital in Boston, an anonymous individual gave an unprecedented donation of 200 human kidneys. The secret benefactor delivered his gift a few minutes before 4 a.m. this morning, as seen here in the security camera footage.
It's an amazing gift. The kidneys.
Wait. Did y'all just hear what the fuck they said? An anonymous donor donated 200 human kidneys to a hospital? That ain't no fucking anonymous donor. That's some wealthy motherfucker that's been out there killing motherfuckers and got so many kidneys he don't need them, so let's just anonymously donate it to a hospital. Niggas, what nigga do you know is walking around here with 200 kidneys? Y'all tell me. Man.
So fresh, they clearly must have been removed within the last 24 hours.
The philanthropist sought no fanfare and left without requesting so much as a thank you.
Whoever did this is obviously very skilled with a knife, and it looked to me like they've done this before.
Yeah, they've been killing motherfuckers before. Missing black women and missing black men. That's what the fuck they've been doing. And you see how these people, man, Shawnee, you see how these people could talk about what a blessing it is and not, where the police at? Nigga, you can't just walk up to a hospital and be like, hey, I got 200 kidneys for you, but I don't want to be on TV. But I want to be a philanthropist and I want to donate it. Nigga, stop.
Maybe hundreds, thousands of times. We are just incredibly grateful.
The hospital's medical technicians have been working overtime to sort through the massive donation.
They left a note in the bag that indicated they might be making more additional donations in the future.
We're just really touched, and we hope this really inspires others.
That means they might be killing people in the future. Because where are you getting kidneys from? And who's just going on somebody's house and be like, oh, shit, you want a kidney? Well, shit, here, I'll sell it to you for $300,000. Cool, for sure. When you going to do the surgery? Niggas is not doing that. Niggas is not doing that. Stop. And you see out of white media, they just play it up like it's the best gift ever.
Be as generous. We are especially in need of hearts, lungs, and brains.
It's sure nice to report on a positive story for a change. All right, 3 people are dead after grenade-eating con.
Man, Shawnee, that's some shit. Nigga, what? Nigga, what? Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Really skilled with the knife. Like, what the fuck? Hey, skilled with the knife, though. Y'all see that shit? Really skilled. That white boy, look, the white boy's telling you what they said. They must have been really skilled with the knife. Nigga, that ain't nobody but an elitist, a wealthy motherfucker that's got real power. That's like, oh, we got a whole bunch of kidneys? Well, just donate them to the hospital. We don't need that many kidneys, right? Because I'm pretty sure all his friends got together and was like, do you need a kidney? You need a kidney? Excuse me, you need a kidney? All right, cool. Well, he's next. Get a kidney for him. Do you need a lung? Or what do you need, a heart? Here, let me get on the phone and get you a heart. Because David Rockefeller had like 8 heart transplants. How the fuck you have 8 heart transplants? It takes an act of Congress to even get something off that shit. For us, not for them. For us. Because remember, Rockefeller, they are part of the Federal Reserve, so they control and manipulate the shit. You better go watch Aaron Russo's Fascism of America. I'm going to play some of that Fascism of America, and it's going to really show you exactly what the fuck was going on, because David Rockefeller was the main one telling Aaron Russo. He was like, yeah, man, why do you care about these people? They dumb. They just believe whatever we say. That's why I put in my fucking thumbnail of my YouTube, Tekashi69. I can't believe these people don't think that I'm not lying. Like, they think I'm not, these people are dumb. It's really not funny. Hey, but not funny though, but man, it's really not funny. How do they have a video footage of the man, but he is anonymous? Exactly. And where the fuck are the police at? So let me tell y'all something. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, let's just put this out here. So Warren just fucking went, okay, you live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Wendy, you already know. Wendy, that's like me going to UMC or fucking Summerlin Hospital or Sunrise Hospital and walking in there with like 10 kidneys and 2 lungs and be like, oh, I just thought I'd make a donation because I got all these. And I taking it a big ass cooler and just drop it off. Man, them people have me on camera. Them people will be like, oh, he had nappy hair. He was black, AKA a nigger. They would have a whole description on me. I would be all over the fucking news. And I would be brought in for questioning. Because they'd be like, where the fuck your black ass get some kidneys from? And where you get these organs from? And are you a fucking doctor? And if you are a doctor, then we need to bring you in for question, because where the fuck you get this from? We testing this in the database to make sure these people are not dead or kidnapped or missing. If that was me, that's exactly what would happen. If that was my black ass taking that shit, imagine me going to UMC. All them niggas that work at UMC, they'd be like, oh, this nigga killing people. Nigga, call the police. Where the fuck did he keep 200 kidneys that stayed in good condition? Exactly. I know. This ain't no Goodwill. If that was you, SWAT is coming for you. Look, y'all don't live in Las Vegas, Nevada, but let me tell you something. Out here, nigga, you're not walking up to the hospital and turning in no kidney and fucking acting like ain't shit going on. That's bullshit. These motherfuckers will call the police on you in a minute. They know the make and model of your car, your hair, what you drinking. If you didn't drink, all that shit, they got all that shit on the news. And they gonna find your ass, because they gonna be like, yeah, this black man dropped off some kidneys. So now he's in investigation for murder. Because we don't know who these people are. The fuck? And what hospital would be like, yeah, man, it's a good day. You know, we really need. So if any, they basically treated it like the Goodwill, like it was Opportunity Village or the Goodwill or some shit. So he basically was like, well, so if anybody's out there with kidneys or lungs or brains, we need all that. Nigga, what? Man, what kind of shit is that? Man, I ain't never seen no shit, but that's what the fuck they do. That's why I said with the young brother, hey, I hope he understands what's going on. I really do. Because, man, it ain't no joke. I tell you that right now. It ain't no fucking joke. And the reason why I tell you that shit is because I think a lot of times we, as human beings, we want to believe in people so bad, and we want to believe in the system so bad, we don't think that the system could do anything wrong. But the system is designed for them, not for you. So stop treating it like it's designed for you. That's why I get tired of niggas trying to tell me on Twitter to go vote. Vote for what, nigga? Damn, man. I don't give a fuck. I'll be doing a podcast when Joe 94 Crime Bill Biden picks his mammy. Next black woman. Sounds like a Jeffrey Dahmer delivery. Exactly. Now, what kind of Jeffrey Dahmer shit is that? Oh, I just thought I would just be a philanthropist because I know y'all need kidneys. And how you know that hospital needs them? And if you were skilled with the knife, where are those people at? And why wouldn't they come forward? You see, when you donate a kidney, you proud of that shit. You like, oh, I just donated a kidney to my cut. That's a big deal. That's a big fucking deal. No, nigga just walk in with a trash bag full of kidneys. Man, stop. These motherfuckers is organs harvesting, just like I said, man. Just like the sister out of Atlanta, her son was wrapped up in a fucking wrestling mat. And these white boys talking about, we don't know what happened to him. He just did it. Just like I always talk, RIP to my young sister out of Philly, you know what I'm saying, who they trying to say, I don't want to speak too much on it, but they trying to say that this sister just got in the back of a truck and killed herself because she was in a white neighborhood. Man, stop that shit. And then niggas will go with it. Not her family. Shout out to Shawnee. And not her family. RIP to your cousin. But I'm pretty sure it was probably a lot of niggas in Philly like, nigga, what? Nah, man. Ain't nobody jumping in no fucking car and just killing themselves. No. But the dominant society is so good at force feeding lies down your throat. You'll kind of co-sign it and be like, well, yeah, maybe that's what happened. No, nigga, that's not what happened. Just like I don't think that the young brother FBG Duck, I think that was targeted, and I think it was targeted by the police department. I think they had help. I think law enforcement had help in it. I'm sorry. The dominant society has some type of hand in it. They know what the fuck is going on. Stop. Stop. Until they learn how to reproduce melanin without black people, we are targets. Exactly, and that'll never happen. They've been working on it. I gotta get this book. They've been working on it for years. That'll never happen. That's the one thing that we have that they do not, and they hate it. That's why if you read the ISIS papers, genetic annihilation. We have the melanin. They don't. That's why they got to use sunscreen. And then had another try to offer it to you. And I'd be like, nigga, I'm blessed kissed by the sun. I got melanin. I don't need no fucking sunscreen. That's why I know they wasn't the children of Israel. How the fuck you gonna be the children of Israel walking around the hot-ass desert with that hot-ass sun and wasn't no sunscreen 5,000 years ago? So if we going by the Bible, I ain't read nowhere in Exodus and nowhere where they talk about, well, you know, it was hot. You know, it was 120 degrees, so, you know, they had to put sunscreen on when Pharaoh was trying to keep them in bondage. Stop. That's how I know it wasn't y'all. Stop. That's why they did what they did to Nick Cannon and then try to make Professor Griff seem like he was crazy because they know what we saying. Oh, well, you're anti-Semitic. How could I be anti-me? How could I be anti-me? Y'all from Khazaria. So how could I be anti-me? Stop. These motherfuckers just play these games and then think we supposed to go with it. That young brother was assassinated. And that young brother was assassinated because all they're going to do is keep fueling and rival beefs. Even if it's a small beef, they'll still keep just fueling the fire, being the wilder behind that shit. Because they take pleasure in watching niggas kill each other and shit. And a lot of times, we be on some ego shit a lot of the time. But then when it comes to the dominant society, other racial groups, we won't fuck with them. We'll let them set up liquor stores right in our neighborhood and sell us the poison and treat us like shit and hurry up and buy. We won't fuck with them, but when it comes to our own, oh, we can't wait to go in on them. Oh, if it's your own people, oh, you can't wait to take pleasure. Yeah, I got that nigga. Yeah, I fucked that nigga up. But then when it's the dominant society, other racial group, you act like this shit don't exist. Yep. Let me see. I'm reading from the chat. Wendy said, we just have to protect ourselves at all costs because we are in demand for their survival. Stay on alert socially for the most part. That's a fact. I can end it at that. That's a fact. We are on demand. That's why they heard him and got that basketball game. Y'all see that brother? That brother talking about, I'm not going to stand I'm not going to kneel for the national anthem because this is against my religious beliefs. And then that nigga tore his Achilles. That's what the bitch ass, no, he tore his knee. That's what that bitch ass nigga get. There's always some nigga that got to go off cold. He's probably not no foundational black American anyway. He probably not even from this country. Because, you know, they go get niggas from other countries and they act like they better than niggas. And then when they see the nigga movement, they act like they don't want to follow the movement. Fuck out of here. That's what they get. That's what he get. And then he tore up his knee. The spirit of Ogun. That's all I kept tweeting was Ogun, Ogun. That's what he get. There's those type of motherfuckers too. Well, I'm not standing. It's against my religious beliefs. I'm not kneeling. Nigga, this is solidarity right now. You black. Niggas be thinking that they gonna check your religion first and then your fucking race. No, they checking your race and then your religion. They don't give a fuck about your religion. They care about what you look like. And you look like a nigga, so they don't give a fuck if you are Muhammad or whatever the fuck. They don't care about none of that. Stop it. And you can be Muslim, and if you're Muslim, they're gonna tie you to the Nation of Islam. And if you're not tied to the Nation of Islam and you are of regular Islamic faith, you know what I'm saying? Fine, do your thing. But let me tell you something. Let's not act like our Arab brothers and sisters and Pakistanis and everybody else, like they're fond of black folk. They're not fond of us at all. They're not fond. They think they the Egyptians. Straight type shit. Those drawings on the wall, those hieroglyphs drop, they think it's them. And it's like, nigga, it's not you. Stop. But anyway, man, I appreciate everybody listening and subscribing, man. I appreciate it. Hey, man. Hey, be on alert. Go do a little bit of research on FBG Duck. Just do a little research and see. Look, I don't know the brother personally. I don't really listen to his music, but I'll tell you this. Just watch how they propagate it. And all they're going to do is bring up his a violent past. And then watch how they frame the narrative that Chicago's just a mecca of violence. As if white folks haven't been the most violent people in this United States of America incorporated the last 450 years. You better go read Medical Apartheid, but watch how they frame it. Like, oh, so bad in Chicago and all this other shit. Trust me. And they want to put the blame and force the blame on black folks. Just watch. Just watch. And where the fuck is your Obama and Rahm Emanuel and all the other motherfuckers that care about Chicago so much? Where the fuck are they at? Because they don't give a fuck. Jesse Jackson, all these messy Jesse, these people don't care about the city. Politicians care about politicians. That's why Dr. Carl Anderson says we gotta rent or lease these motherfuckers. Rent or lease these politicians. Stop. Oh, I like him. They don't give a fuck about you. Yeah, they care about you liking them so they can get your vote so they keep getting paid. They don't give a fuck about doing shit for you and your community until you start voting as a block and be like, nah, we not fucking with you like that. But a lot of the times, I get it. We go with whoever we're enamored with. Thanks, Warren. Keep doing the daily work. The call is the leadership. Have a good evening, family. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Like I said, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. You already know what it is. Hey, we gonna keep doing what we do, and that's it. And hopefully we don't get no agent provocateurs on this channel because y'all already know how this shit go. But I appreciate it. Hey, man, if y'all got any suggestions or anything, just email me. Like I said, man, I want to know about your digital magazine, so let me know. If it's digital, if it's a real magazine, let me know. I'll cop that shit. Straight up. Get at me about it. My email is nowayoutlv@gmail.com. nowayoutlv@gmail.com. Shawnee, you already know what it is. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Hey, if you are one of these type of people that's talking about what on black on black crime, you are a coon Sambo, and you know what I'm gonna say. Guilty, nigga. I'm out. Peace.